Hey guys, how's life? Well, that's really good to hear. I'm glad that that you're doing so great. I'm doing good. You want to know why? Because today we're reviewing the Thunderclap version 3. So the Thunderclap version 3, what's so great about it? Why am I so excited to be talking about this 3x3? Well, let me tell you. It's $7.95 at SpeedCubeShop, and it's often on sale, so you can get it for under $5 at depending on what time it is in history. It was released September 16th of 1999. That's not the year. It was released September 16th of 2019. It has a side length of 56 millimeters and weighs 2.9 ounces. Now the Thunderclap holds special significance to me. Here's a Thunderclap version 1 and version 2. The Thunderclap version 1, right when I was getting into cubing and like YouTubing mainly, this is when the Thunderclap version 1 was like the bee's knees. This was the best cube anybody could have. Everybody loved it. It was super popular because it was cheap and it was fast. And what more could you ever ask for in life? So it was great. And then the Thunderclap version 2 came out and people didn't really like it so much, but I liked it. And this is the Thunderclap version 2 that I accidentally traded at a competition with somebody else. This is the cube that I made a YouTube video about that got over 1 million views. So it holds some special significance to me. And now I get the privilege of talking about the version 3, Hot Dog. So the Thunderclap version 1 was super great. The version 2 was okay, I don't think it was as good, but you might be wondering, well, what about the version 3? Is the version 3 better? Is it worse? What's the deal? Before I tell you about it, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, support me on Patreon, buy my merch. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you about it. The Thunderclap version 3 is very, very fast. It's got this kind of snappy, clicky sort of feeling, and what that comes from is, first of all, that it's a Thunderclap. Version 1, boom, it's clicky. Version 2, it's also clicky. And what really tops it off with the version 3 is that it is magnetic. Unlike the version 1 and 2, the version 3 has magnets in it. And it's super cheap also, did I mention that? So you get this fast, snappy, bumpy sort of feeling, but it's also kind of, I'm gonna get these out of there, but it also has kind of a solid, weighty sort of feeling. So it's not super airy, it's not very light. The turns do have a level of, not resistance, but kind of weight behind them, where you do have to put in a little bit of extra force to get things moving. It does feel a little bit heavier than your average 3x3. But I don't actually mind that, because what that means is that I can turn this cube pretty aggressively and it holds up. Okay, well, see, in this case, that didn't take long before I got, this is what we in the industry call a big lockup. And now I'm lost. Da-da-da-do. Da-da-dee-ding. Da-na-na-na-now. That was a bad example. Usually, 99% of the time, I can turn this puzzle pretty aggressively. I don't have to be super precise, and it just flows from turn to turn really well. It feels sturdy enough that I could chuck it in front of a car going 100 miles an hour and it would probably explode, but I think I would be okay doing that. I'm just kidding, don't ever do that. That is a so bad idea. Let me rephrase that. The plastic feels weighty and stable enough that I feel like if I was in a building with like a hard tiled floor or whatever, I could drop it. It probably wouldn't do any damage to the cube. Now, if I threw it, it probably would, because I have a good throwing arm. Not to pat myself on the back. Corner cutting, it can do 45 very easily, and if I try to go past 45, it does eventually kind of hit this very small spot that doesn't corner cut. I don't think that's the cube's fault. I haven't done anything to tension this or lubricate it or do anything. I've just done a bunch of solves on it in its factory formation. So with a little bit of work, I'm sure that it could corner cut everything. It is super close to being able to corner cut anything right now. So that's great. Also, when I'm solving, I don't often notice any problems with the corner cutting. It doesn't lock up in normal use. It did lock up a minute ago, but that was because I was being a big silly Billy. That kind of thing doesn't happen to me when I'm just solving for practice. If we take a look at the mechanism here, we can see this is a edge piece. It has the primary internal plastic, which gives it a really nice look. And if you look really closely, you can see where the magnet is in there. This edge hook is pretty small. And if we compare it to the version 1, you can see that the design has come quite a long way. So that's neat. And then here's the corner piece, focus camera. And then here's the corner piece. We have the primary stock, which you would never really see while you're doing solves. But you can see that the pieces fit together just like this, and they're magnetic, so that's neat. Did I mention that this cube is stable? Because it is. I haven't experienced any pops with it so far that I've had it, and yes, there's the occasional, very, very occasional lockup, but those are mostly my fault. The cube is very, very stable, very controllable, and is pretty darn good. Also, the stickerless shades are very bright, easily distinguishable. They look a little bit different than regular stickerless cubes, which gives it a unique look. And also with the primary internals as well, it's pretty easy to identify this puzzle among dozens of stickerless cubes. It looks really nice. This is a very underrated, underpriced, super great 3x3. Really, really awesome budget cube. This is my favorite 3x3 under $10, and it's also kind of been my main for the past couple weeks. I love this 3x3, and I don't think it gets enough attention. We got these fancy GAN X, GAN I, Volk Elite, super awesome, high-end $50 3x3s. This is a nice little change of pace and change of pay, as in the amount of money that you have to pay to get it, and you can still get really good times with it. Now, you're not gonna find any of the fancy schmancy customization features on this. It's pretty bare bones. You've got the screws that you can tighten and loosen to whatever your liking is, and that's it. The magnets are what they are, you can't change them, and definitely compared to a lot of other 3x3s these days, this one does not really stack up in terms of customization, but let's not forget, this is a $8 3x3 and is often on sale, especially using the code BLUE at checkout. I'd say if you're looking for any 3x3, this would be a really good option. I like it a lot. I give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in picking it up, be sure to do it from SpeedCubeShop.com and use the code BLUE at checkout. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. You can also support me on Patreon, and check out my Teespring if you want to buy some awesome Cubeorithms merch. That would be cool. Thanks for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!